Riveting.
Why aren't you getting what I'm saying?
That you watch football. What do you want? How would you like me to react?
Like, whoa, Drew, why did you do that to yourself? Why did you rewatch that horrible experience? There's no reason to. Like,
why'd you watch it?
I don't know. We got mugs.
We're back.
We're back. Despite everyone's best efforts,
we'd make it this far, but
here we are.
We are back for episode 2.
I just spiked your camera. There's no reason for me to do that.
Yes, absolutely none whatsoever. It's okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Drewski.
What's up?
Let's catch up.
Yeah, what's I can't get comfortable. Ooh, that's horrible for audio. Go ahead.
What have you been up to this week? What's going on?
Just, I mean, a lot of, you know, getting gas and people being like, oh my God, wait, are you Drew from Sportzball? And I'd be like, yeah, not right now. I got groceries. I got a lot of groceries.
Okay.
Stocked up, ready to go, getting shredded for the summer, starting a little late because it's July 20th, but whatever. And again, like Trader Joe's, like the person was, you know, checking out and they kind of kept like looking up and they're like, oh my God, are you? I was like, yeah, you know, it's a whole thing. So
but also they probably guessed your name because you were wearing a D hat and there's only so many D names.
Drew, Dez, Devin, Dan, Daniel
and Danielle,
Dick,
Dominic.
Whoa, there's a lot of D names.
Okay, yeah, there is. Anyways,
so that I don't know. So just kind of getting used to like being in the spotlight. What about you? What was your week like?
Yeah, I guess on that note, what did I do this week? Literally, it was surrounded sort of with Sportzball.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I expected the response that we got.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone said, stop doing this.
Yep.
Please, right now.
Yep.
Stop with this podcasting. We've had enough. God, please.
I didn't know. Like, I had to reactivate the Sportsball account, but also my personal account on Instagram. Instagram kept, like, trying to shut it down, which was interesting.
It said, this is...
Stop it.
Yeah. It's bad content. What do they say on Instagram when it's, like...
Content...
it's offensive to others.
Yeah.
So got
that happened.
A lot of those flags. Okay, but on a more serious note, a lot of people reaching out saying very nice things.
Super, super nice. Super excited. We're here for the long haul.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah. But listen, it's a little bit, I realized my anxiety got a little bit higher because, you know, if we release the first episode and completely bombed, you can only go up from there.
I had a similar thought. I was brushing my teeth and I was like, we have to do this again,
dude.
And we have to try and succeed.
And that's what's crazy. And if you're listening and you're like, the first episode wasn't good, you're right. We agree.
Stay with, but keep thinking that.
Keep thinking.
We want that to. So when you listen to, we want the reaction after this episode for you to be like, huh.
I might listen
yeah,
again.
that'd be, yeah. If you
might listen again.
So if you finish and you're like, oh, then that'd be cool.
No. I don't know. So a lot of that, but I am pretty excited.
What are you excited about?
In the realm of Sportsball.
Sure.
We got our first hater.
We did. We did get our first hater. And you know what? I'm surprised you brought this up. I almost didn't even want to bring it up.
I know, to give him light. So this is the reason why I'm bringing him up.
Oh, okay.
Because we literally said last episode, if you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. There it is.
We've always, like I said, we've always said that.
It. And I think it's very monumental to get the first hater.
Well, and now that you bring that up, it's interesting because, you know, we've had a lot of like our friends and people that know us give us a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
But it's really cool when you get like what you perceive to be a stranger finding your stuff and liking it. On the other side of it, this person appears to be a stranger.
So this is along the lines of what he said. He said, and it was about a clip.
It was our spoiler alert clip.
When we were talking about Drew being 6'5", which is pretty exciting.
And true.
And very true. So it was like, number one, the guy is lying.
Yes.
Which You're not lying. You are 6'5".
I'm 6'5".
So,
And
first of all, false.
so,
Second of all, it said all she's doing is trying to boost his ego.
Because I paid you. Remember?
Is that what
it said? Guy paid girl.
He said that?
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, also that the interview sucked.
No, well, that was number 3. I was
sorry,
getting to
I
that.
jumped
It's
fucking
fine.
God
God
damn it, sorry.
Drew, we're starting over. But number 2, that's what's insane is that, in fact, I was actually doing the exact. I don't even know how to boost your ego. In fact,
I've been trying to do that for 33 years, and I can't do it.
I tear you down.
I know you do.
Most of the time, I check you.
I know.
So that was crazy. And number 3, he said this interview sucks, and then it really made me think: who does he think is interviewing who?
I mean, look. Again, I don't want to give this person a lot of spotlight, but here we are. There's so much about that person's profile that like just screams troll.
But then I know, but the very final moment that I wanted to address was the username. And this is where I think it really sealed like, man, this guy actually could be a real person that I would respect and like really truly highly value in society. His username was butt muncher.
Underscore. Butt underscore.
Underscore muncher.
I think it's munching.
Dad, dude.
And on top of that, I did learn something. It is all right, now we went from like kind of talk. Now we're just going to totally out it.
Yes.
Black and white profile photo of him, what appears to be vaping.
You okay?
And then
I didn't look this close.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, this is the best part.
Okay.
And then, I have to find it so I can say it exactly what it is. So it's like a black and white profile photo of this person. Yeah, butt underscore munching. And then it's black and white, super like artistic photo. Hustle grind set rule number 22. This is underneath, like on the bottom portion of the profile photo.
Okay.
A text that says, hustle grind set rule number 32. 3 words. First word, red, lie. Second word, white, 2. Third word, I'm making this. Okay. It's red, white, red is the text. Lie to women.
Is his hustle
grind set rule number 22. Rule. There's 21 other rules ahead of that.
Hustle grind set.
Of the hustle mindset.
Mindset or grind set?
Grind set.
Yeah,
hustle grind set rule number 22.
Lie to women. Dude, if you don't lie to women, you're not hustling.
No.
In fact,
I've been lying to you since the day I met you, Des. I still hate you.
Yeah, I actually don't even know the real you anymore. So listen, I gotta give a shout out to this guy. You're gonna go down in I'll remember you forever.
Our very first hater.
I'm dying to know the other 21 rules
Hit us
of
up.
the hustle grind set.
Hit us up for every hustle grind set.
Yes, and I want to be very clear. This is the only hater we'll ever call out because it's the first one. So don't. It's it's a common thing when you do content creation. Like if you give trolls a response or energy, it fuels the fire. So you really just don't do it.
So 6 minutes into this, we'll let it go.
Correct. Well, no, I'm just saying we're not going to do this again.
No.
And I just think it's a very monumentous moment.
It does feel, it truly feels really good.
I know.
It feels really good.
But I'm really dying to know who we thought was interviewing who.
So
cheers. With our Sportzball mugs. You can't see it if you're not watching on YouTube, but cheers.
I got to cheers you the other way.
Okay. Oh, that was going to be bad for a second. Anyways. So that was my week. A lot of just Sportzball all around. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
That's insane. Oh, yeah. No one... We got a lot of amazing feedback. Truly, no one guessed what kind of instructor you are.
And no one will ever.
No one will ever know.
Out,
you gotta get up at 5. You have to be at the place at 5.
No, I have to be at the place at 4:45.
That's insane.
So I actually probably have to wake up at 3:45.
You should go to bed pretty soon. It's 11:53 a.m. You need to get some sleep.
Time is ticking. I just woke up. I gotta get right back to bed. So I've been dreading that moment all week.
One thing that I did with my week is I was really curious about what the colors of the Dolphins actually were. I said
that's been like, it's
been burning in my head. Okay. So I said they were tangerine and aqua blue. Incorrect. The colors, this is according to the Miami Dolphins official like press release kit, and it like I like read it, and it has like all the things you can do with the logo, all the things you can't do, it's very official.
Okay.
So everyone pay attention for a second. The official colors are aqua,
which we said.
I had aqua blue, but aqua.
Yeah.
Pure white.
For the cocaine.
The cocaine. And orange.
Oh, just orange.
Just orange.
That is they definitely missed that.
I know.
They should have gone with the tangerine.
Why those colors? Des, I'm so glad you asked.
Oh.
Everyone pay attention. The Miami Dolphins colors are taken from the team's vibrant geographical location of South Florida. The aqua is inspired from the shoreline. The white from the crashing waves.
Cocaine.
The orange from the sunsets. The blue from the deep ocean. Never talked about blue, so now I don't know where all this is coming from.
Blue is aqua.
And the gray from the skin tone of the Dolphins.
Ugh, gray.
Aqua is the primary color, accentuated by pure white. Orange, blue, and gray should be used as accent colors, with orange being the primary accent color. The current team colors pay homage to the iconic and traditional colors of the franchise.
Oh, you really read the whole thing, huh?
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you were wrong. So that's Nate. But all right, now we know. Now we know the colors that we already knew.
Yep.
Just more knowing. So let's get right into it.
Let's get right into the nitty gritty.
Well, okay. So because last week, I just couldn't say words, and it's gonna continue to be that. We thought when we go over league-wide stories before going over Broncos or Dolphins specific stories, we're gonna call it the league catch-up. In honor of our very first episode.
And if you're listening and ever want to be a part of the podcast or sponsor in any way, sponsorship, Kesha.
We're going to have her on as a guest, and then we will be sponsored by Heinz Ketchup.
I mean,
very soon.
Yes. Also, several degrees of separation. I know someone who knows someone who dated Kesha. That's a true story.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why is this sort of in my head that you've told me this before?
I know. I don't know how much I want to say, but...
Ooh, the mystery.
But I know someone who knows someone who dated Kesha for like a minute, kind of seriously.
Okay, that's very like LA of you to be like...
I know
a celebrity. It's like, oh, cool.
You thought that was so cool 2 seconds ago.
It is really cool.
So, anyway, we can't spend this much time on it.
Anyway, so we're going over the league catch-up. So, right now during the offseason, what is happening? A lot of contracts are being renegotiated. Is this player going to stay on this team? What's he going to sign? All these things. So, we had a couple of big contracts done. But before we get into that, why, Drew? Doesn't matter. Why do contracts matter for any of those listeners that really don't care about football?
I'm so glad you asked. So a contract basically is a piece of paper that helps say you will get money for your services. And contracts are important because without that, the players would just not get paid. And that is against the law.
I regret starting this podcast with you.
No, it's a great question, guys. So yeah, I don't know. Contracts, some of the big things that I think are important about it, just for anyone who's kind of getting into sports or getting into football specifically, it just helps. There are a lot of times where players obviously won't stay with the same team forever. And sometimes if you have a player that you like a lot, they're doing really well for your team, you want to keep them on. And so as we bring so many new fans into the sport, you'll find that you'll like players, and then an offseason will come on and you'll be like, wait, I love that player so much.
It's the worst part.
Javon
it's
Bay.
The worst part. I can't do it.
So
every year.
When you get, like, we'll use examples that have just happened. So like Sauce Gardner and Garret Wilson, two giant stars for the Jets, just got inked to large multi-year and multi-$100 million contracts. Now, what that means is, for one, for the most part, you're guaranteeing that player's going to stay on your team for X amount of years. Now, that isn't always the case. Contracts are renegotiated all of the time to either save money or get more money. Players get disgruntled, which we talked about last week, and they'll they'll demand a trade basically, and then you can trade that player and the contract to a new team. The team has to take on that contract. So for the most part, that player is guaranteed to your team for the amount of time that the contract says. A reason that a contract that's super large might be a bad thing is the NFL is a salary cap sport, which basically means each team is only allotted a certain amount of money that they can spend on their entire roster. So you want to, pay good players what they're worth, but if you pay them a large sum of money, now you don't have enough money to pay other players. I think I said players.
Okay. We got you.
So if you spend too much money, then after a while, maybe the player gets hurt, they're not doing well. Now you're paying a bunch of money to a player that isn't worth that money, or creating a contract dilemma. Des, have you experienced a contract dilemma recently with the Broncos of any kind?
You're asking me that like I should know this. Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Paid him a lot, and then we said, go away.
Yep.
Go away. Take our hundreds of millions of dollars with you.
And all the draft picks we ever wanted.
Yes.
So
take it all away. So contracts can be great.
Yeah.
Or bad, i.e. Russell Wilson. Not a great contract because we lost so much money. Good contracts are if your player's doing great for your team, they're staying, right? So Sauce Gardner, he became the highest paid cornerback, okay, with $120 million, and that's $30 million a year. It's so easy to say these numbers, and like when I just read those, I'm like, okay, $30 million, that's a lot of money. But I don't think we really actually understand how much money that is. Especially the fact that Sauce Gardner is the highest paid. Hold on. I have these notes written somewhere here. Okay. So, okay, he isn't. First of all, the fact that he's the highest paid cornerback, that's fine. But then it also makes me salty because, like, PS2, he's the best cornerback. Was Defensive Player of the Year. It's great that we don't have to pay him yet because he's still in his contract. But so be it. It makes sense. Gardner, I mean, he is a really great cornerback. Defensive Rookie of the Year 3 years ago. He is on the Jets. So that's the
problem.
Thing is, we were watching Good Morning America. Love that show.
We're very news
Love
oriented.
A good talk show. Yes. No, Good Morning Football.
Yes.
And they were talking about, and it sort of dinged a light bulb for me, is like a lot of times when you pay these players massive amounts of contracts, you're not gonna see a Super Bowl anytime soon. Like the amount of times that one example they said was Peyton Manning.
Sure.
He took a contract cut in order to get our defense paid, and then we won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So a lot of times you have two options. You either want to be a player that makes massive amounts of money on an awful team. Let's hope the Jets maybe one day will be okay.
We don't have to hope that.
Okay.
I would hope they always stay in the cellar of the AFC East for the rest of existence.
Great.
But sure.
Let's hope that. And then, or do you want to win football? Yeah. Do you want to move on? Do you want to get to the playoffs? Do you want to win the Super Bowl? It's interesting because those two things are typically separate.
I think they happen to be separate. I would say it's a hard dilemma as like a front office of a football team, because also if they were to not pay Sauce Gardner and Garret Wilson, two of the biggest stars and bright points in the Jets recently, then they go and get paid by some other team. The Jets are going to be less good and their fan base is going to rebel on them.
Didn't we just see that with Saquon Barkley? Was it because they didn't want to pay him a lot? Or they just...
With the Giants...
Yeah. Like down in that hole.
It was a little bit of that. There's also this big back and forth of like, do you pay running backs a lot of money? Are they
that is
integral? But then there's also the narrative, do you pick running backs high in the draft like they're not needed? But I think we literally saw what happened with Saquon Barkley.
Balled out.
I mean, didn't carry the team, but was a huge part of that. And then we saw a running back go, 5th overall this year in the draft?
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it was the best running back class.
Yeah, and so, I mean, now we're kind of going off on tangents, but like, it's an interesting point that you bring up that Good Morning Football brought up, but I don't know if there is. I'd like to see the numbers.
Yeah,
show me the numbers.
Yeah. Well,
of that transfers.
The numbers are, it's me telling you something I heard.
Oh, so, interesting. I believe that. Then.
Yeah, okay. Those are facts.
I found something interesting when I was looking up Sauce Gardner's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. I was reading his
stuff?
Shush. I was reading his Wikipedia page, and I found this. So this is 2 sentences talking about Sauce Gardner.
Okay.
And it just says that on October 9th, 2002, Gardner made 5 combined tackles, 3 solo, 1 pass deflection, and had his first career interception on a pass by Teddy Bridgewater to receiver River Craycraft in a 40-17 victory against the Miami Dolphins. Then Teddy. Very next sentence, also Teddy Two Gloves used to play for the Broncos. Yeah. Anyway, then the very next sentence, in week 7, he set a season high with 10 combined tackles, 8 solo, and had 3 pass deflections during a 16-9 victory at the Denver Broncos. So on Wikipedia, there's back-to-back sentences of Sauce Gardner destroying the Dolphins and then destroying the Broncos.
Disrespect.
So
is out of this
we
world.
Don't like Sauce
We
Gardner.
don't like Sauce Gardner as of this exact moment.
And how dare you, Sauce? Sauces are great.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right now, top 5 sauces.
Chipotle aioli. Ranch. Nope. Oh,
you got 5, so you could choose both of those.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In no particular order, Dez's top 5 sauces.
Gotta have a little hot sauce in there.
What kind of hot sauce? Get specific.
Oh God, it depends on what I'm eating. Hot sauce.
Okay, cool.
Like a good garlic aioli.
Garlic aioli. You are an aioli girly.
I love aioli. Ooh. Oh, and like In-N-Out spread.
In-N-Out spread is good.
Yeah.
You know, I recently I used to kind of talk down about In-N-Out. I was kind of like, I know. Just hold on a sec.
You keep telling me to hold on and shush today.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're really listening to butt munching.
I am.
And you're going on a hustle grind.
Number 22 is lie to women. I would imagine 21 is talk over women.
Yeah, and tell them to shush.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. What about In-N-Out?
I used to be like, burgers great, fries.
No one likes the fries.
I know, but do you know what you can do?
Ask them.
Well done.
Oh, interesting.
Anyone who is near an In-N-Out, which is like the West Coast, but now they're in Denver now. They're at a lot of places.
Yeah.
Order your fries well done.
Ooh, and
changes the game. Ooh. Also, you could do mustard fried for your burger. They put a little bit of mustard on the griddle and then fry the burger, adds a little bit of flavor. There's a whole other world of In-N-Out that I'm slowly learning. I know.
Wait, so does it make it a little bit like tangier? Like
yeah, it just gives it more kind of like a. I know it got.
The only secret I know about In-N-Out is the animal style fries.
Rookie level,
which is rookie level. It's pretty. I'm pretty ashamed of that.
And when I first moved here, ordering In-N-Out is an intimidating experience.
Oh my God.
Because first of all, there's 87 people behind you in line.
And ahead.
And ahead, like on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
In-N-Out, always crazy everywhere. But then you get there, and then the person taking your order, very nice. They're always very nice. But they say, you order like, can I get a double cheeseburger with spread? And they're like, double animal style. And you're like, oh, that's what that's called. And then you order something else, and they're like, oh, swirly do with, you want to do it 2 chains? And you're like, what? But like they just know all the things.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because they work there, so it makes a little sense. They know things. I know.
But it's scary.
Yeah. So anyways. So
sorry.
Those are sauces. We like sauces.
We do like sauces.
We don't like Sauce Gardner.
But I found out Ice Spice likes Sauce Gardner. They're dating.
Oh, Ice Spice. What a fun little girl
that
woman is.
Sauce and Ice.
Sauce and Ice. A nice flavor duo combo.
Yeah. Icy sauce.
Icy sauce is what we call them.
So what else happened, though?
Moving right along.
Yeah.
So TJ Watt.
Yep.
just became the highest non-quarterback player in league history in terms of what he makes annually, okay? Annually, he is making over $40 million a year, okay?
Which I just looked up. I was trying to find, like, a salary, like, comparable. Like, what other jobs in the world make, like, $30 to $40 million a year?
Okay.
And I can't, it's all, like, ultra high net worth individuals is what that amount of money is considered.
Oh, my God, dude. Unreal.
It's a level of income that places individuals in the top echelons of earners and is more common in fields like professional sports and high-level business.
High-level business. Well, that's what you get if you can tackle a quarterback. He is an edge rusher for the Steelers.
Yes, he is. And we were kind of going on a back and forth on what an edge rusher is and isn't and means, and I don't know the answer.
Cool. I call them edge rushers. Drew calls them linebacker. It's the same thing. Linebacker, edge rusher. They can both be told to describe the same player, but it just so whatever. I call him an edge rusher.
What I think I found out is
yeah.
that, like, how much a square, like a rectangle is a square, but a square isn't always a rectangle.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that makes sense.
An edge rusher is a linebacker, but a linebacker isn't always an edge rusher.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That does.
But
check
also
out.
sometimes an edge rusher isn't a linebacker. Sometimes it's a lineman. It doesn't matter.
No. So all this being said, so why are we talking about this? So it's interesting because he is on the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers just came to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's super interesting about the Steelers and where they're at right now is this, like, long running joke that the Steelers can never get a record. It's like 10-7 always, right? They can never get over 10 wins.
They'll always go to the playoffs.
Always. They're always in the playoffs, but they never win.
No.
That's the thing. And so it's interesting because I don't think they've done Aaron Rodgers' contract yet.
No, they have to have.
Oh, when he signs,
you go,
you do a contract.
But it's a 1-year contract. I know he's pretty much on the record saying, without guaranteeing it, this is probably going to be his last year.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
oh no, he didn't say that, but he said that.
He said this is probably going to be my last year.
You know what? Good for you.
I mean, good for the league, too, maybe.
I was watching clips of him at training camp, or at practice, I should say. He just looks like, God, I'm old.
He does look like that.
Oof, throwing this football.
I know.
Like, how many times we got to do this?
As someone like the Steelers, and as someone as Mike Tomlin, who is the Steelers head coach, who's been there for a long time, considered to be a very good, successful coach. And the Steelers are like, I don't know, some Steelers fans probably going to be like, yeah, no, they suck. But, like, I would say ran fairly well, like a team that is run fairly well. Mm-hmm. After watching what happened with Aaron Rodgers in New York and watching what happened towards the end of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, like, why? What is the point?
Dude, I don't know, because last year they had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson.
I know.
And sort of like, you guys just tried it with veteran quarterbacks. Like,
and also, but even then you had, well, Justin Fields is like younger, I guess.
Younger,
but
not
Russell Wilson,
rookie.
totally a veteran quarterback. And they made it to the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, I think so.
They did.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you expect the same? And I mean, you're in a division with, like, right, the Bengals, the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, brutal division.
That's a brutal division.
One of, my best friend, Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Her family, they're Steelers fans.
They are.
So I always think of them anytime, and it's like, man, the fandom runs deep. Not even just with them, just in general. Mm-hmm. But I just hope, because I also love Mike Tomlin, and I can't tell you why. I don't know anything about him. All I know is, like, I see him on the screen. I'm like, hey, Mike. Like, I just have love for the guy.
And he's got such good post-game press conferences.
Yeah.
You can't blink.
No.
Mike Tomlin, you got to go into a stadium. You can't blink.
No.
You got to. There's other ones.
No, and I'm always worried. I think this is the year he has to prove something, because he's gone if he doesn't.
You think so?
Yes.
Is that your first, like, as a podcaster, like, hot take?
I don't know if it's a hot take. It was around the league a lot last year. Like, Mike Tomlin's got to go.
Yeah, it's weird because, again, they're like, if you look at their like inconsistent consistencies of like always having just a couple games above a winning record, a 500 record, always eking into the playoffs and then losing in the first or second round. Like, there are franchises that would love to have those records and get into the playoffs, but they keep doing just that. I think the last time they won a Super Bowl was with Ben Roethlisberger and, like, I don't know, before electricity was invented. So
correct. It's been a while.
But the more that I say that, I don't think that is a hot take. You're right.
You're right. It's just a lukewarm take. So there you go.
Dez's lukewarm take.
Lukewarm take. We are going to move right along because then we're going to get into the Dolphins Broncos. But the last thing I want to address, league-wide news. It's not. I mean, it is league-wide, but I have interest of it.
Yeah.
Von Miller went to the Commanders. So he went from the Bills, hopped over the pond into Washington, and said, I'm with you. Now, why this is exciting for me, a lot of people are like, he's coming back to Denver. Like, no, we're going to sign him for, once he retires, well, we're going to sign him for a day. He'll retire a Bronco. Like, 100%. We all know that. But, one, we play him in November, which is super exciting. Yes. That's going to be a hard game. Like, I was already nervous.
Where is it?
I think it's it's in Washington.
It's in Washington?
It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
And now with Von, it's going to be even tougher.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Also, one thing is Von is sort of going around collecting these Super Bowl rings, right?
He really is.
So he won a Super Bowl with the Broncos, then got traded to the Rams.
Yep.
Then won a Super Bowl that same year.
Yep.
Then he got traded to the Bills, and the Bills were like, we're going to win the Super Bowl.
God, they're so close every year.
They're so close. I know the Bills are in your division, but like,
as
any other team but the Chiefs, I wanted the Bills.
No, I was rooting for the Bills hard. I hate the Bills. I especially hate them when we play them, but I will root for the Bills over the Chiefs. And I did. And so we keep talking about like Instagram stories. There's a drunken story of me after that AFC divisional championship game where the Chiefs won, and I'm like screaming into my phone, "Fuck the Chiefs."
Yeah, that was an unlocked level of drunk Drew I haven't seen in a sec.
It was a rough night.
But anyways, the point is, he goes to the Bills. It's interesting because now he has 2 Super Bowl rings, and now he's going to the Commanders. And the Commanders were one of my top 5 teams to make the Super Bowl this year.
Whoa, you heard Dez's top...
A lukewarm take.
Dez's top 5 teams to make it to the Super Bowl? Do you have the other 4?
Nope.
Or we're not ready to...
I'm not ready to release that yet.
Tune in next week.
Yep, tune in. But I think what they're putting together is fire. I think the fact that they brought Von Miller in this year, they're not still rebuilding. They're not still constructing.
No.
They're like, we want this right now. We're doing this. We're winning this year. I think it's possible for the pieces and what we saw last year with Jane and Daniels. So, either way, I was looking into it and I was like, okay, has any player ever won 3 Super Bowl rings with 3 different teams, right?
Have they?
One has.
Who?
Matt Millen.
Oh, yeah.
The Matt Millen. No idea.
No idea.
1992 was when he won his last Super Bowl. So it's been a sec, all right? Over 30 years.
What teams?
The Raiders.
Okay.
49ers.
Yep.
And then the Commanders.
Yeah. Oh.
Isn't that interesting? So we have Raiders, which is AFC West, so Broncos.
Yes.
49ers, which is in California.
Which
Los
like
Angeles
the Rams are.
And then the Commanders, like the Commanders.
And I just looked it up. He's a linebacker, too.
I just got goosebumps. Vaughn.
You and Matt Millen are about to be in... Well, maybe not. Hold on now. We're rooting for something that would involve the Dolphins or the Broncos not winning the Super Bowl. What would you rather have? The Broncos win a Super Bowl or Von Miller win 3?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sorry, I asked that question.
I am short-circuiting right now.
Really? It's that hard of a question for you?
Dude, what sucks for me is I love players, and
You get really attached to players.
Von Miller, I cried when he left. I cried when Justin Simmons left. I would never make it if the Broncos ever call me and they're like, Des, we need you in the front office. You got it. We need you to really figure out this trade. I feel like no one's leaving. I don't care.
Pay them what they want.
Increase the salary cap rules. What rules? Everyone's staying here. So yes, I want the Broncos to win a Super Bowl. What a silly question you just asked.
Well, you said it short-circuited you, so I don't know how silly it is.
I have a lot of love for Von Miller. I think that'd be really cool for him to see. Por qué no los dos? Why not have him win?
That's not how football works.
There could be 2 Super Bowls. I think the Broncos front office needs to call me and say, Des, we have this proposition. What about 2 Super Bowls, 2 Lombardi trophies?
Let me hit you with a different scenario. It does not involve Von winning 3 Super Bowl rings with 3 separate teams. What it does involve is, and everything will be fine. I'm not hoping that this happens, but something happens where Jaden Daniels has an off season.
Okay.
I don't know, but maybe he gets hurt. I don't want to wish that on anybody, but like he just had an off season. Okay. There's a weird, one of their receivers is like, I don't want to do this anymore, and he leaves midway through the season or sits out. There's crazy weather and they lose like 4 or 5 heartbreaking games. Middle of the season, they're like 5 games under 500.
What's your point?
They got to sell at the trade deadline. They trade Von Miller back to the Broncos, who are having a stellar year. They're like 9-2, 10-2 or something.
I can get down with what you're getting at.
And then Von Miller comes back. In this scenario, I'm just now realizing it involves the Dolphins not winning the Super Bowl.
But because you're a Broncos fan.
No, I'm not. But then they trade, and then Von comes back, wins a 3rd ring back with the Broncos because
But then he wouldn't get the 3.
Des, I'm trying to give you something here that you're fighting against for a weird reason.
A lot of Broncos fans are going to be like, what are you doing? And I got to be honest, I don't know. I really don't know what's happening right now.
Well, Von is now with the Commanders. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
What happens with that?
My God. But let's go ahead and get into our specific team.
Yeah.
Drew, talk to me. Let's get into the Dolphins section, the section I love the most.
Fins up. Also, I'm going to do this real quick because I have a friend, Perry. Shout out Perry. He's an Eagles fan. We'll probably talk to him at some point. He does this.
It's an audio platform.
So what I'm doing, thank you for reminding me, is you take one hand and you twist your wrist back like you're going to high five someone. So do that, but then put that on your head like a dolphin fin. And then that's what people do. They go fins up. But what Perry does to piss me off is he does that with his left hand too. And then he puts both. So then he's doing like a swim shark thing. It's not 2 hands, Perry and everyone else. It's 1 hand.
Okay.
So Tyreek Hill was listed as the 39th best player in the NFL, despite having a down year last year, which I thought was interesting. ESPN also had him ranked as the 3rd best receiver in the league, also despite having a down year. How down was his year? It wasn't good. I wrote down these stats, and I don't know what happened to him. He had under 1,000 receiving yards for the first time since like 2019. And not only was that like low, the last 4 or 5 years he's had over 1,500 receiving yards. But Tua was hurt for a bunch and he just kind of went down. So I thought that was interesting that like the league still sees him as being a top 10 very good receiver. Despite he's also getting up there in age. So I thought that was interesting. On that same note, PFF, Pro Football Focus, which we'll get into more about what that is, also ranked the Dolphins having the 7th best receiving core ever, which is interesting. I had to really dig to find a lot of things because no one's talking about the Dolphins. That's the main thing I want to go over. Dez is going to have all of these like amazing things about how the Dolphins or the Broncos are going to take down the Chiefs and the Broncos are going to be the sleeper team in the AFC and all this stuff. No one's talking about the Dolphins. No one is. No one's saying the Dolphins are going to suck. No one's saying the Dolphins are going to be great. They're just like an irrelevant team. And here, you know what? Speaking of our friends on Good Morning Football, Kyle Brandt had a take, and I'm going to borrow his take. So Kyle Brandt said it first. I'm saying it second. This is exactly where we want to be.
He said this about the Dolphins?
No, he said...
About something else, okay.
No, he said this about the Dolphins. He said, this is exactly where the Dolphins want to be. No one's talking about him. All the last several years, Tua, Tyreek, Mike McDaniel, explosive offense, 70-20, all these amazing things, they never rose up to the occasion. So now no one's talking about us. We're just our little sleeper baby boys, and we're going to come in there, everyone's going to be like, oh, the Dolphins, whatever. And then we're going to take them down. We're going to take them down. We're going to take them down. And before you know it, the Dolphins are going to be 10-2, dethroning the Bills in the East, dethroning the Chiefs in the AFC, and starting a run of 5 Super Bowls in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. I was waiting for that. I'm actually really scared about this season, if I'm being completely honest.
There he is. All right.
Really, really scared. Everyone is saying still there's this idea that the Dolphins are soft. We can't win in cold weather. No one is held accountable. I brought this up last week, but I'm worried. I mean, talk about when we were talking about, Von Miller getting traded because the Commanders, I don't have a tough time seeing Tua getting hurt again early on, our backups not being good, McDaniel getting fired halfway through the season, me inconsolable, you finding a different host because I refuse to be publicly viewed as a Dolphins fan. It's not going to be, it could be bad. It could be really, really bad.
It's never too late to come to the other side.
I know. I mean, someone on ESPN gave the Dolphins a B- on offseason grades, which...
What does that mean?
It means that he liked the moves that we did to a B- level. He liked some of the draft picks we took. He liked the Jalen Ramsey trade to the Steelers and us getting back Minkah Fitzpatrick, which I said, here's my first hot take. Excuse me, I burped. I'm sorry. Here's my first hot take. Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to have a better year than Jalen Ramsey. They play different positions, but they still play defense. And if you combine the two, Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to have a breakout year. He's going to come back. He's going to have 5 plus interceptions. 5. The over-under on Minkah Fitzpatrick interceptions is 5. I'm taking the over. And he's going to make the Pro Bowl.
Those are cool.
But I feel scared saying that.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes you gotta
what
live
a hot
a little.
take. That's what a hot take feels like.
That is. You gotta live a little.
I put this out there.
I know. That's what Creed says. They say,
"Can you take me higher?
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the
edge, and I'm thinking." Minkah Fitzpatrick is gonna make the Pro Bowl
and have 5 interceptions.
Hold me now. Minkah's gonna take us higher.
So, anyways, okay, that's fine. Whenever you start getting scared, we just sing Creed. And I think that's how you cope.
That's also how you get more haters, I bet.
Ooh, no. If you hate Creed, you're on the wrong side of history.
But they're not hating Creed. They're hating Drew and Des singing Creed.
Good. So long,
butt munching.
Yeah, we don't want you.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Okay.
That's about it. That's all I have. Tua, NFL Network, every year they do the top 100 players of the previous season. But they release it like Game of Thrones. They release only 10 every week.
Oh, God,
which is annoying. But Tua just eked in, made it at 91. Now, what's cool about the NFL Network's top 100 is it's rated by league players and coaches and everyone in. They're not analysts that are voting this. These are their peers basically. Last year he was the 36th best player.
Ooh.
And Tyreek was the first. Tyreek was voted the number 1 best player in the NFL last year, 2 years ago.
Holy cow.
And so I don't know where he's going to be. But Tua's still in there, which is really, really cool. If he can stay healthy, the world's our oyster.
The world is your oyster.
So that's, I don't know, that's about all I got. Training camp will start next week for both of our teams, and then we'll really see where the cookies are made.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay,
Des,
well,
what's up with the Broncos?
Yeah, dude, let me tell you a little bit about the Broncos. So first of all, I have a little bone to pick.
Wow,
right?
there was a long pause between bone and to pick.
Because it's a big bone.
Des, for the love of God.
Now I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Well, I wasn't doing anything. You did it.
So PFF, Pro Football Focus, it is a company that basically they grade players based on stats.
Yes.
You know, you got to figure out something that's just like art, sort of like Rotten Tomatoes for movies. You know, it's like a critic's got to come in and give them popcorn or slime, I believe what they're called. Am I right, Rotten Tomatoes?
I think it's a rotten tomato and
it turns green?
I think that's what it is.
Ew. I like slime better.
Sure.
Because that makes sense
That's
for
why
Rotten Tomatoes. You should rebrand. So that's what Pro Football Focus does in the most basic level of what Pro Football Focus is, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part. I guess to say it more-ish specifically is like it's an advanced analytics company.
Great.
And they break down like, remember Moneyball? Remember the movie Moneyball?
I keep falling asleep during it.
Really?
Dude, it's so unfortunate because I know I'll love that movie. I have tried watching it 4 times now. And it's always like when I'm watching it. So I don't know. I know I like the movie. I just haven't made it all the way through.
Des has a habit of liking movies she hasn't seen. Des, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, okay?
No, I don't want to do this.
What's one of your favorite movies?
It's Top Gun.
Which one?
Well, the original,
sure.
Obviously, but Top Gun 2 came out somewhat recently.
And you love that movie, right?
I do.
Have you seen it?
I've watched it twice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off. I have fallen asleep both times I've seen it, okay?
Now, to Dez's credit, both times, this is not going to paint either of us in a good light.
No, it's not.
Both times that we've tried to watch Top Gun, the first one, actually, this is going to paint us in a good light. Des and I threw a killer Top Gun party.
Killer Top Gun party.
When it came
Dressed
out.
up as in the suits.
I just had a mustache. But
I put a mustache on.
Aviators. We did a presentation like they do in the movie where they're like, you're at the elite of the elite. And then we had dog tags made for all of our friends. We gave them call signs depending on what they were. Mine was shut eye because I fall asleep all the time, which is ironic because of what we're about to say. So anyway, then we played.
And mine was shots.
Shots because
we got a rage.
Yeah. Anyway, so we played games all day in the pool, like drinking games, racing, flying games.
It was Memorial Day.
So then by the time we went to like the 8 p.m. showing of Top Gun, we were a little toasted. And we got there, theater's full, everyone's screaming. The gong gong. Music starts. Des is like tear in her eye. She's cheering. 5 minutes later.
No, hang the hell on. That is not true. I watched all the way through. Basically, both times I've watched it, one was on Memorial Day, one was on my birthday this year, and I fell asleep both times in the exact same part. I always make it an hour and a half in, and it's always the part where Tom Cruise gets shot down. And then they end in the forest, him and Miles Teller, and I have no idea how they got there. Like, all I know is they're angry at each other, and all I know is at the very end, they're hugging each other. And I'm like, how did we get from point A to point B? If only there was a way I could figure out how they got there. I may never know. To
give you credit, I didn't realize you've made it that far.
Yeah, I've always missed the same part.
Interesting. Anyway, wow. How did we get into that?
So we're talking Pro Football Focus. I'm getting back onto the point.
Yes.
My bone to pick is that PS2, I already mentioned it, was Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yep.
There's an Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player. Offensive was Saquon Barkley. Shout out Saquon.
Shout out Saquon.
DPOY was Pat.
Defensive Player of the Year.
And then ROPY.
Rookie Offensive.
Well, no.
Wait, what? ROPY?
Yeah, wait. Rookie Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a rookie.
RPOY.
Is there a rookie offensive and defensive, or is just the rookie player of the year? All I know is Jane Daniels won that one. So
yes.
And Bo Nix was in the running. That's not the point. The point is that PFF did not put PS2 even in the top 10 of the rankings of all the players across the league.
Yes.
Not even in the top 10. He was number 27, okay? And our guy, Sauce Gardner, how dare he, was 23. So he was above Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Also, it's sort of a thing, like PFF in the Broncos sphere, we all sort of know they sort of just like don't respect the Broncos.
Interesting.
It doesn't seem like they do. PS2 isn't top 10. But according to NFL execs, scouts, and coaches, Pat is still number 1.
Yes.
So people that actually matter, PFF, just kidding. I actually go to your stats all the time. They're still saying PS2 is number 1. But not only that, they didn't put any of our edge rushers like at all in any of the rankings, okay? So Benito,
didn't he lead the league in sacks?
No, he was number 3. I thought he was first. So number 1 was Myles Garrett.
Right. Beast.
Yeah, but he actually was PFF's number 1 player.
He was. I did see that.
So that is great.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Trey Hendrickson. So I think he had 14 sacks total.
Okay.
He was number 41 on the list.
Interesting.
Third in edge rushers for most sacks is Nick Bonito. Our own Bonitto.
We love Nick Bonito.
He was at 13.5 sacks. Was he on PFF's top 100? No.
Was it top 100 or top 50?
Oh, top 50.
No.
So, and also the fact that the Broncos, I'll get into this in a sec, one of the top defenses in the league right now, and I'll get into that. There are no other Broncos players on this list besides PS2. One player on the list. So PFF, I don't like
more
it.
More like pro football fools.
Yeah.
Get it?
They're the fools in that. So there's a lot of like those types of rankings coming out right now, though, because the offseason, nothing's happening. We're grasping at straws.
Good Morning Football was talking about bagels and what all the guys on the thing were trying to guess what like
women
female
products.
makeup products were.
Yeah, so that's
not a lot of
people,
content right now.
We're ranking players right now, but one of the good rankings. See, rankings don't matter unless they rank your team well.
That's a good point.
I am extremely biased in that situation. I think you need to be. Because according to the NFL Network, who came out as the number 1 defense in the league? Drew, say it right now. Say it right.
Would it be like the Denver Broncos?
Yes, it is. Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
And guess what? They came out ahead of the Eagles. And Drew, tell me, what did the Eagles do last year?
They won the Super Bowl.
Yes, they did. So if you put 1 + 1 together, you get 2. The Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. That is all I can put together. I know.
All
Pretty
right.
exciting.
So I gave a hot take. I gave my Minkah Fitzpatrick take that now is permanently out there and will live in lore. Do you want to throw down a hot Broncos take?
Well, of course we're going to the Super Bowl.
Is that your true take?
Yeah, why not?
They're going to the Super Bowl or they're going to win the Super Bowl?
They're going to the Super Bowl.
Against who?
Oh, I haven't thought about it this far.
Okay. Do you want this to be your true take?
I don't really care enough. I'm going to be honest with, you know how hustle grind rule number 22 is lie to women? My rule is don't lie to our listeners.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling a little under the weather today.
Sure.
And by that, I mean I'm just hungover. Did I do anything crazy? No.
Yeah.
I had 2 drinks, 3 drinks.
Yeah.
4 drinks. I had 5 drinks. Okay, 6 by the end of the night.
Yeah.
All right, and then 7 if you counted the pregame. Just kidding. I did not have all of that. I only had a couple drinks out, and I feel like crap this morning. So I think I would care more if I wasn't fighting for my life right now.
That's okay. I mean, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate your service right now.
Thank you.
And your sacrifice to us and the community is good.
Thank you. I agree. So that's as much of a hot take you're going to get from me.
All right, that's fine.
We're going there.
That's totally okay.
I'll think of one of what I think. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
Drew's dog is going crazy right now.
You don't know. We asked you. We sat you down. Speaking of contracts, we sat you down and said, if you want to be a part of this, we can work out something specific. And you kept giving me to your agent, and we never got a contract figured out. So now you don't get to do this.
It's so crazy because in this apartment complex, Breck thinks he can be the only dog.
He does.
If he hears any other dogs, he freaks out, and it's like, you can't do that.
You're fine.
So, anyways, where were we? Getting back.
Des hates Pro Football Focus. Any analytics that aren't saying the Broncos are amazing is bad.
And then the last thing about the Broncos I want to get into as we are rounding out the tail end of this podcast. So I'd just like to say, Harry Douglas, he is on Get Up on ESPN. And he quoted this. He said this. He said, you know what? That's my hot take. Harry Douglas's hot take. No, it's not. Okay. He said, for the very first time since Patrick Mahomes has become the starter for the Kansas City Chiefs, they will not win the AFC West.
Bow, bow, bow. Sound the alarms.
Uh-oh.
The Chiefs are going down.
And guess who's coming up? It's the Broncos. You're damn right. Yes.
Ow. Whoa.
Wow.
Not even a bit. That really hurt.
You threw out your neck?
I don't think so. I don't know what I was doing.
I don't know either. So that is the reason I mentioned this. One, to really just like flex on them hoes, you know?
Whoa. You and butt munching together. Holy cow.
This guy being the guy I'm flexing on.
Des is pointing to me.
Drew. Actually, it's not even fun to hate on the Dolphins because you guys, you're not in the same league right now. Like, as the Broncos, you disagree with that take.
I don't know.
Trust me, if anyone would just clip this and be like, oh, but you got 70-20 on, I agree. We were awful last year. We've been dog shit for years.
You weren't awful last year. You were awful that year.
I mean, yes, 2 years ago.
If I'm going to sit here and be a realistic person right now, no. Everything about the Broncos is looking up. Everything about the Broncos is looking up.
Yes.
Nothing really with the Dolphins is looking up.
And the thing is, I was by your side all those years. Everything for the Dolphins looking up.
I know.
And I'm not saying you're not, but I'm just saying the Broncos, there is a lot of buzz right now around the Denver Broncos. And if you're like, is this the year I become a football fan, i.e. specifically a Denver Broncos fan? Let me tell you, it is the year. Bandwagon fans, I hop on.
Wow.
I don't care.
Wow.
You know what? You wanted a hot take. That's my hot take. I don't hate. Is it bandwagoning fans? Bandwagon fans.
Just bandwagon fans.
I don't hate them. A lot of people get really irritated because they're like, I've been with them through thick and thin. You know what? Same. But also, the more fans we have, the better. Why don't we all love the Denver Broncos, you know? I don't hate it.
Okay.
So come on over. This is the year to become a Broncos fan. And if you are a Broncos fan right now, this is time to lock in because we are going to be good this year. So,
okay.
There you go.
You know what? That, and I agree. And the only thing I will say, I'm going to get really close. I'm going to say this, and I'm just as like from the future. Like, I'm like the ghost of football past, which is not what I had just said. The ghost of football past says, Des, I've been in this position before. I've been on the team where they're like, Tua is insane. Tyreek Hill's going to get 2,000 yards this year. Jalen Waddle is the little penguin boy. And Mike McDaniel is the mastermind of the league. And then we don't do anything. So all I'm saying is be careful.
You're acting like I've never heard this before. What do you think happened when Russell Wilson signed?
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Shut the hell up, Drew.
Phenomenal take. All right.
You're trying it. You
Shut up, Drew.
Here. Yeah, exactly. So that's all I have for the Broncos. So there you go.
All right. Wow. Okay. Did we do it again?
We pushed through it, and I should say we by me.
You.
I got through.
Right before we got on, Des did. She bought a fancy new. What's it called?
I have no idea what you're talking
about.
The
lymphatic shaker.
Oh yeah, it's called a vibrational plate.
That is. Okay.
It's fun. So it basically,
I'm sure it is.
You stand on it, And your lymph system, did you come here for football? Good. Let me teach you something about health. Your lymph system, you need to get it moving because it filters out all the toxins, anything like that. What did I do last night? I had 2 drinks. I got to get those out of me because I feel like, is this what happens when you turn 30? Like, you can have 2 drinks and you're like dead the next day?
Yeah.
It's awful. Anyways, so I was on there and I was like, bring me back to life. Did it? No. But it got me through an hour-long podcast.
Cool.
Yeah. So
do you know what? I'm just now realizing a little peek behind the curtain because we're like this. I spiked your camera again. There's no reason to do that.
No.
We're like this. We're like this right now.
What's this? What are you doing?
We were going to talk about how to end our podcasts because last time we just kind of did like a cutesy little bye thing, but like we want to do something really like specific for like us. And we didn't talk about what to do.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did. I remembered. Never mind. There's no reason to have said what I had just said.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm going to get fired. You're not going to see me here next week.
No, like I said, fully regret this decision. All right. That's all we have for you. Next week, I'm excited. It's almost August.
Which means we're pretty much, next week we will have new things to talk about because there will have been a week of training camp.
I know.
We're getting there.
Guys, we're getting there.
Oh,
yeah. But anyways, that's all I have.
That's all I have.
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Fins up, baby. Woo!